That's a fact. Well, not by yourself, buddy.
Tune in to the peripheral.
I thought we changed it, Mark.
Yeah, but now we're still the peripheral for another 2 months. It is 3:45. Welcoming the people to Podcast Earth. We have fruit in front of us that is about to be bountiful.
Can we show them the fruit?
Do
Do we have a good camera on the fruit?
we'll go with this.
We got some like professional grade fruit going here. Like, look at that cutting board, that pineapple. Fantastic.
I feel like we're like a cross of like AMR and podcast and just smooth voices. We're gonna take you nice and cuddle you. God damn it.
So do these guys like hear when we chew, especially fruit, because it's all mushy?
Well, we don't know. If there's anybody in the chat, let us know if you can hear us chewing the fruit.
We got no
Nobody yet.
Nobody yet.
We'll get there though.
It's okay.
It don't matter. We're not doing it for them. This is for us. This is for us.
What are we gonna talk
It's
about?
like when I have my peener out. I'm just showing my tubes for you guys.
My tubes.
So today I went kayaking, tandem kayaking.
How was that?
That was pretty dope. It definitely solidified that I'm gonna buy a kayak.
Where?
Jake, Rachel's brother, is trying to sell his. If I can get a family discount for like $100, dude,
There you go.
I'm gonna snag that thing. It's a Pelican one. Like that thing was like
We
$350.
talked about kayaking last episode.
Did we? I don't remember last episode.
No, it's kind of a blur at every point.
Oh, we did. I swear.
I just want you to know, every fork in the road, we took the path less traveled.
Right.
Tony, eating the pineapple.
He's going in,
Joe,
man.
eating the pineapple. Yeah,
Doing what you
I'm
gotta
gonna eat
do.
some pineapple.
Doing what you
You
gotta
guys need
do.
to start eating the pineapple, because I'm gonna eat all of it.
I'm straight.
Or at
on
least
the
me and
cantaloupe,
Joe
man.
are.
No, I'm digging the peaches right now.
Are those all peaches?
Mm-hmm. All peaches. Peaches, pineapples, raspberries, honeydew, mango. They're not mango.
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. I was gonna get mangoes, but then I just decided against it. I said the mango was just too much for too little fruit.
Honeydew and cantaloupe are just like unnecessarily similar.
They're my two least favorite fruit. I will not touch the left side of the table, nor will I touch the right side of the table.
Cantaloupe is so good because it's just like honeydew, but it's sweeter and juicier. Mm.
Connor, you move real quick, though.
Let's get nice and center for the
There we go.
camera. I can reach the peaches better.
Mm-hmm. Untold benefits. When was the last time you had a fruit spread like this?
Oh man, my graduation party. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Tell me the spread.
It was we had like sandwich meat, and then mad fruit, mad vegetables. I'm a big vegetable guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like broccoli. I love raw broccoli,
yeah,
dude.
I like raw broccoli too.
Yeah.
We had that and cauliflower and fucking
some of that
huge
fucking
amounts of
that
carrots.
vegetable cream and dip. You know what I'm talking about? The vegetable dip.
Broccoli's
French onion
amazing.
dip.
I don't know what it is, but it's fucking delicious.
Ranch.
Probably ranch.
Probably ranch.
Probably ranch.
If you couldn't tell, I was a fruit guy.
Fruit's dope too, though.
I didn't make it to your graduation party, Mark. He even tried to book me for it. I didn't get there.
I didn't even know you had one.
It was like a last minute thing. He freaking forgot to tell everybody.
No, it was your family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, birthday next Saturday at his place.
Yeah.
Come through.
Will there be juice?
It'll be anything you want, baby.
I'm there.
Kind of juice.
What if I just get the Kool-Aid man to show up for fucking Tony?
Breaks through my wall. We were thinking about
It's
getting my projector out and throwing on like just random shit and fucking. We were thinking
Pink
you know,
Floyd.
yeah. Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd syncs up perfectly to
I'm
Wizard of
fucking
Oz,
watching it.
and it's wild. So like we
Yeah,
would like get a
man.
fire going.
That is nuts that that
Yeah.
works like that.
Yeah. Throw it on. It's like there's no talking in the Wizard of Oz, but it's just like the music from Pink Floyd.
I love the
from
Wizard
that-
of Oz. It makes
Yeah, dude.
absolutely no sense, but
Right?
it's so cool.
It makes a lot less sense when there's no talking, but the music is it just fits so perfectly with everything.
Yeah.
In what way does it fit?
Like there's like all right, in time, you know, it's like home again, you know, like that. She's just walking back home because she ran away when the person stole her dog. You know, she like ran away from Annie M, And she met that weird wizard guy, but like as she's literally like walking up to her house, is going like home again, and like she's like balancing on this ledge, and it's like the balance beams and the music, what they're talking about, and then she like falls off this ledge, and then the music gets all crazy, dude. It is wild, like. She falls into these pigs and shit. I don't know. It's crazy.
And
dude.
then the fucking when the tornado happens, A Great Gig in the Sky starts playing, and she's just wailing, and it's fucking tornado.
Like,
this is Pink Floyd, right?
Yeah, bro.
Don't they have one that matches up with Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, isn't that
that's the Wall.
Is that the
The
Wall?
Wall matches up perfectly. Yeah, it is. The Wall Part 1 and 2. Yeah.
How do you know?
Because I did some background on break at work because I was bored. Went into the
That's the shit I
bathroom and
wanna be
decided
looking
to look
Solve
up.
the riddle,
Yeah.
That's crazy though. Could you imagine? Like, I wonder if they've seen it and they like what they. Think
I'm sure
about
they
it.
see. I was talking to my sister and my girl about it last night, and they were like, "There's no way that they can do it twice to two, arguably really trippy films and not do it intentionally." Like how do you accidentally sync up your entire album to a movie twice?
Yeah,
Like that's kind of that. The odds are just astronomical.
Yeah, but there's a lot of movies out there.
There are, and there are a lot of albums, but
And a lot of albums are about hour 20 in full length. A lot of movies are around an hour 20, hour 30.
Yeah.
Full length.
I'm just saying though, like if you watch this one, you'll think there's something fishy going on.
No,
Like
it's-
Dark Side of the Moon, Wizard of Oz, it's a little.
That's
too
like a known
eerie.
fact, I'm pretty sure. Like, I've heard that just like in the school. Like, they match up.
Yeah.
Like high school and shit.
Isn't there something with the universe that like everything follows a pattern though?
The
Well,
Fibonacci
yeah.
thing, or is that the Fibonacci sequence?
What's that?
That's like the pattern of like all the numbers. It's hard to explain
No, it's like the
to you normal people.
like
I'm
a
one of 'em.
swirl.
Yeah,
And if you fit something like symmetrically in that shape, which is naturally like found in nature, it just like naturally looks better to us. Like Sonic the Hedgehog,
right.
he's
My
made
bad.
with that like swirl, which is like why he's like.
People's faces also have it.
Oh,
So
that's
it's like
not-
you remember the number thing, like 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 1 is 3, 3 and 2 is 5, 5 and 3 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 are all Fibonacci numbers, and these numbers can be found like all throughout the universe. It's almost like a universal code, and it's found really like predominantly in art and stuff like that, and things that we interpret as beautiful follow like this kind of pattern. So I mean, I could totally see like a movie. I don't know if a movie could somehow follow the pattern, but like a song does. So I'm sure why can't a sequence or scenes in a movie do it? So maybe you're onto something there, Mark.
Well, what if it's just like your brain fucking? Oh, go ahead. No, what?
So, my thought would be that if you were gonna start an album, and like when I listen to Pink Floyd, I start it right in the beginning, and this is how I just almost always listen to it. I just put the album on and let it go, and
In order.
yeah, in order. And I would imagine if you were actually gonna do something and like sync an entire album so it plays in order, like smoothly, it would have that kind of flow, like a rising climax, like a plateau, all that.
Right. Almost like making it so it's like an emotional roller coaster type thing.
Yeah, but like, isn't it just like if say you make the music, like, and you watch a movie based on that music? Like, what if your brain just slows down the music to match what you're seeing? You know what I mean? And it just like does it without you consciously.
Right, but like I mean, there's math in the music. You know what I'm saying? And like
I
the
guess that's
math adds
true.
up. We can't.
I guess
Our
that's
brain
true.
can't fuck with the math.
I like the beach for a minute and all that.
Should be on a T-shirt.
Your brain can't fuck with the math.
yeah.
It's Joe's first t-shirt.
Right,
Oh man, this fruit really has been fucking
dude.
me up.
I know this is delicious. We're gonna be shitting our brains out after this, so this is too much water.
I haven't even eaten today. I was waiting for this gourmet of fruit.
I'm eating in 3 days.
I haven't eaten in 3 days because of this.
Can you imagine? Comes in dirty, asks me if he can use my shower too.
He's been just sleeping in his car, waiting in line. He didn't want to miss it.
Mark, when are we starting? Couple more days, bud.
All right, we'll go back to bed.
When was the last time any of you did some deep stretching?
I don't stretch. I've always been told I need to stretch more, and I don't ever do it.
I stretched my legs earlier.
It's one of those, because like my gym teacher would always do the thing, you know, like put your hand behind your back. Can you reach? No, I can't fucking reach.
Oh, I
You go
can
to
do that
stretch, I'm not gonna
hardcore.
do that.
What?
But you don't have to be flexible to stretch. You can just stretch. To your
Right,
limit,
right.
and then
But
improve.
I don't
Get
think
more
I'm gonna
limber.
do that.
Why?
So I never feel the need to stretch, you know.
I like
Promotes
cracking my
longevity.
back
Yeah.
and stretching my legs.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Tony, how often do you stretch?
Like once or 0.5 times a day.
0.5 to 1.
What's a half a stretch for you?
Like every other
Just
day.
jerks off.
Stretch out the wrist a little bit. Do some exercises. Tap a pencil
I
around.
just make sure it's extra long. I put on not as good of a video.
What? Oh my gosh. Connor, what about you? Stretching.
No, I never stretch, dude.
Why not?
I just never have the time.
The time to.
Like
I mean, I
2
can't even.
minutes.
I don't even want to say that as an excuse. I had to make something up. I wanted to say that, but you can't say that because that's bullshit. It takes 30, 40 seconds to stretch. You do that while you're watching the commercials on your
Well,
phone.
why don't you do it then?
Because I don't give a fuck.
I guess that's why then.
It promotes longevity, though. When was the last time you tried to touch your toes?
Oh, I know I can't reach them. I'm not touching them. We have a good understanding. I'm good up here. They're good down there. Keep it that way.
So have you like ever?
Ever been able to touch my toes?
Have you like ever even tried?
I mean, not like no. I've never really tried toes.
So you probably just like can.
No, well, all right. It's gonna fucking hurt a little bit. I'm gonna pull something
Yeah,
maybe.
talk right into
I might
that,
need to
bro.
stretch before I try to
You
stretch
Talk
my
right
back.
into it. There you go.
This close?
Yeah, there
Yeah, something real nice.
Yeah, real close. Like,
Oh,
this
wow.
is where you should be talking.
We're getting real intimate on.
Well, I'm sorry if you haven't been able to hear me
Christmas.
properly, folks.
Folks.
Be a little muffled.
I feel like we shouldn't say folks anymore.
We can say folks.
Why not?
I don't know. It's an old word.
When is
It's an old
folks
word.
not being PC? Tell me of one time when you've been called folks and you've been offended.
I don't
Check
get called
your privilege.
folk. I don't know.
You never really been called a folk?
Nah.
I'm like,
You're just not a wise guy then. I'm sorry.
Bro, can you pass the honeydew, Joe?
You don't even want
Maybe I'm just not a folk.
Come on, man. Thank you, dude.
Ugh.
I got some of the juice on me.
think that's gross?
I'm not. I just don't like it. It tastes like green water.
Here, let me try one.
They're not in season right now. They're not in season. I want you to know that. So, prior to making your judgment,
Alright, if you're gonna compare them.
And the cantaloupe always gets me because I think it's mangoes, and I love mangoes. And then I'm very disappointed.
next week there will be mangoes.
There will be mangoes next week, Mark says.
Okay.
There will be blood.
If you like honeydew,
I don't
there's
like
no
honey.
way in the world that you can't like cantaloupe. Because it's
Exactly.
dead ass, 10 times better.
Okay, but what about, okay. Well, I
12
like,
times
I like
better.
Connor
watermelon.
fucking damn near ate the whole bowl he did.
Fucking
Fucking
love cantaloupe,
amazing,
bro. It's
Eat
amazing.
that and then eat that.
Exactly.
It makes that taste even better.
Bring some of that on over here.
You gotta eat one of those ones first.
We'll make a
Here's your sample.
place it in my mitt. No.
Get a comparable
Mark's
size
going
of
in.
the honeydew.
Huh?
Comparable size.
That's what they talk about. When
Alright, honeydew first because it's
yeah,
trash.
you know.
It's trash.
Because it's trash.
You don't like the honeydew? Not sweet enough
I don't
for you?
not like it, but there's no reason to eat it when you got a beautiful orange juicy cantaloupe.
Sometimes you just don't want the full thing. Sometimes a hot pocket's all you really want. You don't want a turkey dinner at times.
I feel like that was an innuendo, but
It was. Yeah, Joe understands.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
If Cat Williams ever wants to come on the podcast, we'd be more than happy to pay for his flight and come up to the hotel and everything. Everything.
Everything.
He would appreciate that.
I would want you to know if you want to sleep with my mom too, or welcome, I guess.
Well, welcome, I guess. A hefty payment.
Understandable, man.
Fine, must be paid.
Every debt collected.
Comes dressed in a toll man's uniform.
He's got like a punch card.
I'm ready to collect, sir.
The good Lord said you had a debt for me. funny thing, for 15 minutes.
That was a pretty good 10 minutes, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right now. 15.
Well, the first 5 were pretty lame.
That is true.
I didn't like the first 5.
What are we
but
gonna talk
were
about?
do?
Connor instantly making the jump. This little patter, he doesn't like it. You don't like
I just
it?
want to talk about something.
I'm going to Harry Potter World in 2 weeks, and I'm so fucking excited.
That's kind of dope.
When was the last time you got your hair cut, Connor?
Move on real quick.
Let's talk about some hair. We all have different hair lengths here and different previous hair lengths.
Why are you asking that?
God. That might be the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yo, we can't at least
I just
like,
want to know.
if people don't dig just the normal talking, they'll at least dig a compilation video. You know what I'm saying?
I hope I go onto YouTube and I see fucking a fruit bowl compilation. That would make my day.
Like, my hair was probably like half that, and it took me like a year to grow. How long did it take you to get that long?
It's like last July.
Oh, your hair grows fast.
Did you take bio?
As shit.
Yeah, did you end up doing that biotin?
Oh, you're
Really?
cheating.
For a little bit.
Was it
That's not
working
even
real
fair.
good?
I couldn't really notice. I was taking it really like off and on. I'm just bad at taking it.
You a little close.
No, that's not it.
Took my biotin. Doesn't take it religiously. I feel like
What do you need biotin for? Your hair. You have like a full beard.
Mark, I'm sorry. Do you want it back? I feel
No.
like I offended you. I'm sorry.
I gotta take a picture of this fruit because this is just a beautiful display, Mark. You really done yourself.
Tony,
Every
put it back in
week-
order. Put it back in order. There you go.
Wow, we are almost out of cantaloupe.
Bro, the cantaloupe and the pineapple might be the favorites, but I think the real star here is the raspberries.
You're right, there we are.
What a little pop of flavor, am I right?
Oh, I had a kiwi last night.
Whoa.
Talk about a pop of flavor, my
I
man.
looked for him too.
Did you?
Yeah.
My mom goes to Aldi's a lot. The fruit don't last that long, but the kiwis were solid. Let me tell you that.
Word. Yeah, my dad gets better watermelons at Aldi's. And
Yeah, that's
Wegmans.
where she gets her watermelon too. But like the apples and the strawberries, they go bad in like a week.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
I haven't gotten my hair cut in fucking months.
Only months?
I get
You have it long.
I get it
always.
trimmed like
Yeah.
maybe twice a year. Basically, whenever Rachel bitches at me, and says I look like I'm homeless.
Every day I wake up and I just think my hair is shorter and shorter.
Yeah, dude, you got it real short. It's definitely shorter than I remember.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just the sides. I don't know. You're doing
I don't
something.
know,
Hair's
but now I
curly
don't
as
have
hell,
to
though,
get a
man.
haircut for like a year.
I don't know about that, but
I'll probably go once a month. Maybe once in
Yeah.
5 weeks. I'm pretty lazy with it.
I like letting my hair grow out. It's like I'm
Nice.
always at different hair stages of my like year.
That's nice.
And then when I just decide it's over, it's back to square one.
Oh man. All right. Well, we need to talk about something of sustenance.
What do you mean? That little pattern is what these things are made of. You do these for the stories.
Look at that Tony blowing the vape juice. By the way, we're vaping on some Naked Lava Flow juice. Naked sponsor us.
Please sponsor us, please.
We'll vape all your juice. I've been a loyal customer for probably the last 4 years. I have not stopped this flavor. I am in love with it. Thank you, Naked.
Amen.
That's all I got. That's all I got for the
Amen.
free advertisement.
No viewers. But then again, it's 4:04 and it's a very sunny day.
On a Saturday. It's nice. Most people are outside living it up. Me and Rachel were going to go to Beaver Lakes, but I had the podcast. Would have saved me $35 too. The tandem kayaks were $45.
How long
It
you
says
get
for
'em?
2 hours, but the dude was like, honestly, just be back by 6 o'clock so I can go home. It's like, word. Like, that was like 6, 7
Is
hours.
there like
of
2 seats in a
kayaking.
kayak or?
Yeah. So she's like,
Okay.
she sat in front of me and then I sat in the back.
Staring at
Sexy.
that thumper.
It's the back of her head.
Your rear cranial is looking very nice.
Cause she didn't want to like go out mad far. I wanted to go. Like the dude was like, yeah, you can go all the way over to 9 Mile, and I was like, word. And he was like, yeah. So I wanted to go out there, but we'd get like a quarter of the way there, and Rachel was like, I don't want to go any further.
Why?
She was like, I don't know, I'm scared that we're gonna fall. Like, well, if we're gonna fall, it doesn't really matter. We got the life jackets. Like, it doesn't matter if we fall.
the whole boat.
10 feet in front of it. Right.
It's not like the kayaks don't float or the oars don't float.
Yeah.
And if the kayak ends up turning over, you can still sit on it and oar
Right.
back.
The dude even said you could literally stand on them and you'll be fine. Like, they're not tipping. I was like, all right, cool. That's good to know.
What kind were they?
They were pelicans.
Whoa, describe them.
It was probably like 12 to 15
Feel free
feet.
to use fruit.
Right. All right. So let's say this is it. Let's say it's about 12 to 15 feet, right? And I'm sitting right there. She's sitting right there, right? That's about
Good thing you
all
like
I can
beaches.
do for you. Yeah, dude, I love beaches too.
Were they like enclosed?
Yeah, it was enclosed. Well, it was open for the most part.
Were they like Connors? A type of enclosement.
Up to your
It
waist.
wasn't that well. No, it wasn't that enclosed.
Okay.
Up to your knees or something.
Like, I put my legs in there, but like I ended up just like sitting like crisscross applesauce.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I had plenty of leg room, but it wasn't like that enclosed. Like, water was getting in and shit, just because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing with the paddling,
Mm-hmm. Shallow paddles.
Yeah, we're going deep in there, dude.
It's about numbers, quantity instead of quality, I guess. Quantity instead of depth.
Yeah, I was starting to notice that. I'm like, it doesn't really matter how hard or how fucking fast I try to do the water, but if I do consistent, that's when I'm fucking going,
Mm-hmm. It's literally just like I can show you right in the front
Right,
yard.
right in the park.
Oh, I'd love to pull that up.
Yeah, I wish we could show clips.
They can hear it.
I mean, honestly, we could. Well, I mean, how we can't really show them. We'd have to do another thing.
Yeah, you can. I don't think you can show it though. Look, I could pull up YouTube and pull up Trailer Park Boy clips,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm almost positive that if we talk every 20 seconds, it can't be copyrighted.
Word?
It's either that or like 10 seconds. It's something.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, we gotta definitely do our research on that, but it doesn't matter. We're just doing. What are they gonna fucking do? Come after us?
Well, our videos would just be taken down, so it's not like it would ever be a big thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, we're actually doing a number on this fruit. I did not think we'd plow through it like this.
Fruit isn't
Good
like
as
high in
fuck, man.
calories.
Good as fuck.
You can eat a lot of it.
Yeah, my mom's doing Weight Watchers. She says it's 0 points. That's
Mm.
pretty good.
It's just water. It's just like, I don't even know, water and something else.
Some antioxidants.
I couldn't just eat fruit though. Like, fruit and vegetables, they just don't cut it. Like, I need that fucking meat. You know, I need a
Little sausage.
nice fucking
Little
steak every now
sausage.
and then.
Gianelli's. Long one, nothing less
Right.
than 12.
I need a footer.
Like a Pringle can.
Pringles can.
Connor, tell me something crazy about art. Well,
Bro, you don't even know about art, man.
You don't know what art is.
Some crazy thing about art. Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, what kind of art?
Tell me something.
Why is some art just worth so much more than other art?
Because it's revolutionary. Because, like,
According to who, though? The art judges?
Can I try to explain it to him in layman's terms, because you explained it to me and I think I kind of get it.
What if I
Yeah,
paint
sure,
a
yeah.
picture that means more than the Mona Lisa, looks better, and has such a deeper meaning that everyone can see?
All right, Tony.
It
let
wouldn't
me
be worth anything.
let me try to paint you this picture, since we're talking about paintings, right? All right.
Right.
So let's say
Pulled out his dick.
let's
Slaps
say
it
that it's kind of like that's like the simplest thing that I can explain it. Like all right, let's say that we have a piece of fruit, since we're doing fruit, right? Let's say that I have this peach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for hundreds and hundreds of years, this is how everybody cuts their peaches, right? And then one day, some guy comes along and he cuts it like that.
So
But
if I
nobody's-
painted a
nobody's
picture,
ever seen that before.
if I
and
painted
everyone's like,
a
"What?"
portrait on a diagonally
Kinda-
cut
kinda
piece
like
of
that.
canvas, that would be revolutionary almost. because it's not even a canvas. I cut that thing in half.
Well, okay. So you're saying if you cut a canvas in half, that would be revolutionary because no one's ever done that? No, because people, that's like, that's a form
I
of,
just
like,
want to
installation
know,
art.
like, besides, like, Van Gogh being Van Gogh, the famous artist, what makes his shit better?
Because you got to look at, like, literally,
Because every painting has a meaning.
I know, but you got to look at how it's made and the process and, like, why he painted what he painted.
The meaning, it's like you've been telling me that the meaning doesn't really matter, not nearly as much as how it was constructed.
Sorta. That comes down to, like, process, like how it's constructed is like the process behind it. Did you use this paint? Did you use that paint? But like the meaning comes down to what he was trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? Like how do I describe it? Fucking. How do I describe? This is hard to describe.
Like,
up
it's
some
a
of the
hard
pictures. Pull up
question.
some of
I
the
don't mean to
pictures
put
you
you
showed
on the
us.
spot.
No,
I just
it's-
don't really get art sometimes. I like it.
Okay, it's basically like this. Like, say you're a caveman, right? It's kind of like how draws it. You have an urge to draw something, and you don't even know what drawing really is because no one else does it, or whatever. And you draw a circle. You know what I mean? And you start drawing circles, and all your like family members see you drawing a circle. Like, what the fuck is that? He's like, I don't know. It's a circle. No one's ever seen it before. You know what I mean? Right?
It's a blarg.
So like that becomes art for you guys. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then you have kids or whatever,
You start
and these
drawing
kids,
triangles.
yeah, these kids grow up seeing these circles, and that's an accepted form of art. So at first they're drawing circles too. You're like, all right, you know, like this is art. I want to do art. Like I'm doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Then some dude, instead of drawing a circle, starts to draw an oval, and then he starts to like square off one edge or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So it sort of looks like a circle, but it's a little bit different, and no one's ever seen that shit before. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So now your parents' art or whatever
Layering,
looks kind of like
layering,
it looks
okay.
kind of old. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't have the modern twist, but in reality, like the roots come from there. You know what I mean? So like literally like Picasso painting or whatever, or fucking I don't even know, Van Gogh or a mad famous other painter, their roots lead all the way back to like cave paintings, because it just progressed.
That's how it all started.
Yeah, man.
So they just have like the purest knowledge of art, basically,
Sorta.
and ability.
Sorta, but it's more like you have that knowledge too, because think about like you grow up looking at Mona Lisa, like you're told that's art,
Yes.
so that's all you know is art.
Yes.
But if you could imagine, there's no Mona Lisas, there's none of that, there's just cave paintings. How are you gonna make it look a little bit more weirder, like a human or something like that? You're gonna start to draw the face. You know, it's gonna look at like really rudimentary, just lines or whatever. You're gonna draw a face. It's like no one's ever done that shit before. You know what I mean?
Very true.
And then it just progresses from there, and then to the point where people are like, I'm gonna paint completely realistic. Like I'm gonna make it look exactly like you. You know what I mean? And then you push that even farther, like the Greeks making like super perfect like sculptures of like dudes that are like, it's like not possible to have that body. You know what I mean? And it's like
Statue of David.
exactly. So that's idealized or stylized. You know what I mean?
Who was that guy you were telling me about? Who, when he would see something, he wouldn't, like, if we were sitting at this table and he was drawing me coming in from my left side, he wouldn't draw like my leg being
Talk about
covered
like the
by
dark
table.
shadows.
Yeah, man, that's Caravaggio. I think that's what you're talking about. But it's
Okay.
like he's like I did like this study on him in college, and oh shit. But what he would do is like draw shadows, like paintings or whatever. Of like there was one mad famous painting that I covered. Like it's a bunch of dudes sitting at a table, and Jesus is supposed to be walking in the door, like talking to a bunch of saints, and like St. Peter's there, like some biblical thing going on. And it's like seen from like if he was sitting on the couch looking at us, and Jesus was like coming in that door. So like the light is coming into the room from one window, but like it's a dark room. You know what I mean? So the lighting is really dramatic. You know what I mean? It's like super bright light, and where it's not bright, it's like complete darkness. You know what I mean? So like Caravaggio would show a person like half in darkness. You know, like maybe you could see like my right arm, and the rest of me is like covered in darkness or whatever. And he would show a body like that or whatever. But like in reality, instead of painting the whole body and then just covering it up with like darkness, he would just like paint like bits and pieces that you could see. So he'd paint like half your face. Up
You
here.
talking like this guy?
So, like,
this
different-
guy?
Literally that painting.
Yeah,
Look,
check.
look,
So
look,
check
look.
this thing out.
Look,
We'll
look.
maybe show.
I don't know
it
if you
on
like show it for like 2 seconds. I don't know if you're allowed to, but
Yeah, it's a famous painting. Anyone can go to.
Google and look that up.
It's in a database.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's.
Yeah, you
What
probably.
is it called?
So-
Domain of the people.
Explain that up there, Connor.
So okay, you see how like these dudes are sitting around at the table, and the light's coming in from the right. You know what I mean? And see how like that dude that's sitting with his back to the viewer with the white pants on. Hi, yeah, that guy. Notice how you can't see his whole leg. You can't even see his foot. You can really just like look at what's painted there. It's just like a shape that lets you kind of it represents a leg, and because your eye just views it like, oh, okay, that's where the foot should be. That's where the knee should end. You see a person there. Am I right? You guys is that making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right there in the front, Mark.
The
Pointed out
white,
to
the
him.
white stuff.
See his
Like,
leg?
that's a leg.
To
No,
the-
no, to the right or the left. Yeah,
there you go.
Right
Yeah. See, that's how the bottom of his leg.
Like that's like the end of his knee where that black starts.
Right. So that is literally like he's painting it just like so you can see a person there, right? But in reality, instead of drawing that whole person and then painting black over it, you know what I mean? He's just painting those shapes and just drawing those shapes. So he won't even draw the foot. He'll just draw where
Cuts
the
out
knee
the
should
middle,
be.
man.
Yeah. So he just like sees it. It's nuts. Like they did X-rays of his paintings, and you can tell that like there's no what's called like an underdrawing. You know what I mean? So if I wanted to like paint a bowl, I would draw it, like the lines of it, and then I would paint it in.
Aren't there rumors that there was like under shit on the Mona Lisa? There was another painting on the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
You know anything about that?
He like started. I don't know. We
Are
talked
there
about it
several
briefly.
Mona Lisas from like different countries or something?
No,
Or like
it's-
that he's painted, but like the others weren't as famous.
Pretty sure it's just that one.
Yeah, I think so. You might be like, people might say like, oh, this is the Mona Lisa of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind
Saying
of just
like
to turn a
caliber.
phrase, right?
No, I don't know. I never heard of that.
What was I just about to say?
What?
How is a painting X-rayed?
I have no idea.
And then you can like X-ray the ink and see like.
Like the imprints
the
of where
layers,
he put
yeah.
the ink or paint.
Basically.
That is wild, yo.
Yeah,
We
it's
got
pretty
some wild
crazy.
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So is every form of art, like at least painting, do you think like is it already taken up, or is there just more and more and more and more different techniques?
Well, there's always gonna be more because there's always gonna be like a new person who doesn't think like you can't
A
think.
new visionary.
You can't think exactly like Michelangelo. No one
True.
could. That's why he's Michelangelo.
Everybody has their own perspective.
Exactly. So maybe like, plus like, they're inventing things that a person's never seen before. Like imagine showing a painting of a fucking fighter jet to, like, fucking Michelangelo. He'd be like, "What the hell is that?" And you'd be like, "Yo, like this is a plane." And you'd be like, "What's a plane?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's some deep shit right there.
Yeah, man.
That is some deep shit. Do you think that if they were brought forth to like today's time, that they would be like still just leaps and bounds in front of others?
Probably.
Their IQ would be.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, like, they were born like with a ability to see, but they weren't born with. What is that?
Just carry on. Keep on keeping on. Don't pay attention to the man on the side.
There's no man behind the curtain. Hey, if you don't mind, better refill my water jug. Go down the old watering hole.
Anyways,
It's a nice one.
what were we talking about? Fuck. Damn it.
What were we-
Michelangelo.
Oh yeah, if
with
they got
them
brought
coming
back
Yeah.
from the dead.
Oh, yeah, probably because they were born like smart as fuck with just the ability to see.
They wouldn't be like used to our shit, but they would like if they got used to it in
That's an
time,
interesting point.
they would still be like
They might not know.
Well,
they
no,
might not be able to do it right
extremely
away.
capable people.
They wouldn't be used to anything else though. Because they've
What
never
if-
seen anything else.
What if
Right.
they just came back and they started getting used to it and learning what we've learned?
Like, right off the get go, like
Yeah.
they were like, all right, that makes
like
sense.
they came back with other prior knowledge?
Like they just
I
came
hope they
back.
wouldn't come back as zombies.
I don't know, man. That'd be crazy.
Today we're reviving Michelangelo. You revive him. Brains.
Put
Yeah.
them out.
It was a brain fetish instead
Ask
of a
ask more
art
art
fetish.
questions. This was fun.
Connor wants them. He demands them. Spotlight is on him.
What's your favorite type of music?
Oh, I was about to ask him what he thought the greatest art painting was.
That's a good question.
I don't know, man.
That's a total open into interpretation question, though. You know, it's like, what's your favorite anything? Okay, what do the top art experts say is like the best? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there like a top 5 list or like one
Like a
painting
Michael
that's
Jordan.
right, or an Eminem, Jay Z?
Like,
Jay-Z.
We got a Jay Z.
is it like The Last Supper?
Kanye West or something.
Yeah. Someone who's
Someone
always
just
gonna be
absolutely
there.
crazy.
Like everybody agrees on at least once.
That chapel.
Yeah,
The
Sistine
Sistine
Chapel.
Chapel,
It's
that's
right up
pretty
there.
The Last Supper. Mona Lisa.
Dude, the Last Supper
Mona
is
Lisa.
actually
Starry
crazy.
Night.
You know, there's actually music notes hidden inside of it. Like
I've heard that
the
before.
placement of everybody's hands are actually music notes, and there's a
Really?
song, and you gotta play it backwards. That Da Vinci fucking put in there for you to.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Has anyone done it?
Yeah,
What does it sound like?
yeah. Let me pull up the audio.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Well,
We did a number to this
ladies and
fruit.
gentlemen, this, behold, is the last pineapple.
Poor SpongeBob.
Pineapple is no more.
We do have a whole nother half in the fridge, though. Same thing, we go through a whole pineapple.
Our first go.
A bunch of raspberries.
You
Connor, you damn near ate the whole
You slide over that
cantaloupe
honeydew.
by yourself, huh?
Instead of with honeydew.
Slide
Who
over
wants
the
to eat
honeydew.
all
I need
that?
its ugly cousin.
I believe this is it.
Oh, this is creepy. So if you play it forward, it doesn't sound good.
Let's see what this guy says. So yeah, like the lines of all of the hands are like. Let me get close. Like the
You
line.
know
It's wrong camera, Mark. You wanna switch the camera, bud? Oh man. Oh well, we're gone. But anyway, it's kind of crazy that he did that. We're moving on quick. I lost interest.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh, man. So,
What's your favorite kind of music?
Probably like hip hop, but not like rappy, like smooth or like funky hip hop. Or like old Kanye West.
Fuck yeah.
Because
but-
old Kanye, like kind of like you said, like that's rap, but it's not like what rap was. Like,
completely different.
yeah, very well executed,
that's why
very
he's a
well
pioneer.
produced, insane samples, like mixed, like crazy, like he is.
That's why he's a pioneer. No one was
he's
doing that,
crazy.
man. And you think about like, it's like, yo, why is he a genius? It's like he thought of some shit no one had thought of yet.
so, is there anyone today in your musical expertise got what is it, almost a minor in music production? Is that right?
Audio production.
Audio production. Got you. Is there anyone who you would say is like following in his footsteps? Anyone you see?
I don't know, man. I mean, kind of hard to compare. Well,
There's like Chance,
mm-mm.
Travis Scott.
Future is almost a good example, just because he almost started like mumble rap in that hoobra hoobra.
Well,
type
Future
thing.
also broke the Beatles record for
Oh, he
having
did?
the most.
Post. I'd say
yeah.
Post Malone.
No, he had three number one albums consecutively. Like, so he put out an album and made number one.
That was like the Future era.
Yeah, and then he stayed at the number one chart until he put out another album, and that album knocked off his other number one album, and that album stayed number one until he put out a third album and knocked that one off.
What?
Yeah, he had
That's
three. He
that's
put out three
disgusting.
consecutive albums that were all number one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if Post Malone's gonna do that.
Post
That's-
Malone is close. He's off
I
there,
think.
dude.
See, I think that's your next like Kanye. It's Post Malone.
Really?
Yeah, because because you got to look at like the morph of genres. Like he took rock, basically a rock and roll voice, and he turned it into like a
Hip
trap.
hop, rap.
He's good at
thing.
mixing things.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He
saying.
will rap. It's like based around hip hop. There's almost like a country to like his
He just
guitar,
has like it's
slower
just so
songs.
unique. Everything that he does is just such a unique style.
See, that is
you
like
know?
He just does it all.
And it doesn't even seem like it's anything that groundbreaking, you know, until you listen to like everything that he's done, and you're like, holy shit, this man can literally do it all.
exactly.
A lot of people are very one-dimensional. Too.
Right.
Do you remember when he dropped White Iverson?
Oh my god, that was a legendary summer.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it's like you like it's legendary because no one's done it before.
That song, like, he came out of fucking nowhere.
Mhm.
The woodwork was just, he made it. He made his own goddamn woodwork and decided to come out of it.
Right. He's making birdhouses and everything.
I don't know where he got the handyman skills.
Where there's a will, there's a way, man.
Oh, God, God.
So there's another magician on America's Got Talent.
I feel like the
Did you see
magicians
him?
always end up losing in the end.
Nah, dude, Magic's been king. Shin Lim won America's Got Talent when he was on there, and then he won. Like they did like a thing where they brought everybody that's like won America's Got Talent, and Shin Lim won that. And now there's this new guy named Eric Chen. He's only been doing magic for 6 months, and people are calling him better than Shin Lim.
Do
but
they,
he's
do
literally-
they impress you?
No, Shin Lim impressed me more,
That's what I like to hear.
but then I studied Shin Lim. And Eric Chen definitely studied Shin Lim, so he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. All the magic that's going around right now is kind of the same stuff that Shin Lim popularized. I don't want to say he came up with it, but he popularized it because he's been stuff that he does has been people have been doing since the '60s, but it was just not really a way to do it. Like he perfected it. I can say that Shin Lim definitely perfected what he does, and now
Okay.
we are all his students.
Or are there like styles of magic?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what style are you? Like is there like
Well, I mean, you have like, you got like classical magic, which is like, the regular, suit and then the top hat, and you're
Right,
doing
right.
like the traditional sleight of hand, cups and balls, stuff like that.
uh-huh.
And you
Pulling
have
bunnies
like,
out of hats.
yeah, stuff like that, the really dumb stuff, cutting chicks in half.
Cutting
It's
chicks in
like-
half.
It's more, you
So I
do
do
it
every
more,
night.
it's more for like the novelty of it. Like you don't really watch that stuff to be amazed. You're more like, oh, it's the old rabbit in the hat trick, And you got,
Where did it come from?
you got like your cardists. Those are people that like just do crazy stuff with cards. They don't really do like magic, but they kind of fall into the same category because like they're amazing
Like
in
the aesthetic
themselves.
of just card playing.
Right, of like being able to do like all the crazy stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen the YouTube
Yeah.
videos. And you got illusionists and hypnotists and fucking mind reading. You got, there's a lot of stuff.
So you would be like an illusionist / cardist, but fully in the.
I'd say I'm a
realm.
parlor magician.
What is that?
Like, I feel like a setting of like 50, 60 people, and then just me like on a stage at a table, would be just like I could do like the perfect show for that. Because I like to do close-up magic, but far enough away. Cause I'm not just doing, your average run-of-the-mill close-up tricks. I'm doing like the best of the best close-up tricks.
True, I've witnessed many times.
Joke.
10
Toss some
years,
water in my
15 years.
Yeah.
Kind of doesn't want to make a run to the water.
Fuck it. I need to.
Fill her up, bud. I'm not drinking much. Fill her up. Fill her
Nah,
up.
it's all
When you're at it, snag my cup of water. Do it with a smile too, boy. Get you some. Bro, I love the illusion. You gotta watch some of this shit.
Who's the illusion?
You haven't seen him? He's some hippie dude. He's the real deal, man. Whoa.
Magic, dude.
Radical.
I don't know.
Grab a new one.
No, I'm fine. Dude, this guy is fucking hysterical. Make sure people can get a good lesson on this. Make sure Connor can listen to this too.
Oh yeah, dude, we watched this guy. I remember you showed me him.
This is the illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Okay, man, I'm in Santa Monica. It's just now 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've been fired. Yep, I started this new job.
So-called job, man.
Made it an hour and a half into it. Now can't. It was one of
clean up if you can.
You know, the carpentry thing got all slug as the permits got all stuffed and are messed up down the
That's it.
street, so we haven't been able to work. And so, you know, I've been trying to stay focused on the shop and the whole thing, but, you know, meanwhile, like, expenses keep coming up and I kind of been dipping into my emergency savings. You know, I had some car problems and some, you know, this and that, and stitches in the face. Blah, 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 blah. So, the last couple weeks, I've been super, like, subconsciously stressed. And then I got a giant bill from the IRS.
Who is this? The illusion.
So, you know, I've been a little bit
You're allowed to play this?
hologram will tell you.
It started off about him getting fired.
Yeah, nah, fantastic. I think we should have to talk every 20 seconds.
Yeah, because no one's gonna want to just listen to him, his video, while we're just bullshitting.
Gotcha.
Why are we watching this?
I fucking love this dude, yo.
Okay, that's cool. Can we just talk about it?
Connor shut it down real quick.
Sorry.
I'm not
That
vibing
vanilla
to it,
wafer
man.
put him right.
You seem wasteful.
It is warm in this atrium.
Mm-hmm.
Is that door still open?
It is indeed. Connor flexing on the cam real quick. I seen you. I seen you do it.
Look at his lower belly. Live action.
Get you some.
We've had 0 viewers. We've been going for 45 minutes.
Sick.
What are we talking about?
Radical.
How about?
What'd you think of that fight?
Which
Little
fight?
side action.
UFC.
Which
Please
one?
sponsor us. UFC Sweden,
Stockholm, to be exact.
Stockholm. Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson
The
Terrible.
Mueller.
versus Anthony
The Mauler.
Lionel Smith.
Is he related to Andrew Mueller?
I don't think
Did
so.
he
I don't
coordinate
think
the
so.
Mueller report?
I don't think so.
Bro, who are you guys gonna vote for in the next election?
Who's
I'm
in
very
it?
sad about what happened. I really thought Alexander
Oh, shit, I
Gustafsson was
cut him
going
off.
to win.
I got him.
I'm going to vote for Tulsi.
I want that. I can't remember his name. Who's the Chinese dude that's trying to run?
There's a Chinese.
I don't
I
even
I
know
can't
the
remember
candidates,
his name.
to
I
be
know.
honest.
We can't just say. We can't just hope that we're right on this one. So I don't know. I heard him on what did he was on like what the Colbert Report or the pull him up, Mark, for fuck's sake. Jesus, we're gonna get taken down, bud. What's his name? I don't think that one.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
He fucking throws the phone.
Jesus.
Jesus. That's his name.
No.
No, it's not. What the fuck?
No, but I don't know. He had some interesting ideas. We're way off topic. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think Trump's gonna win anyway. Don't matter.
Really, what?
I think if everybody in America votes against Trump, Trump still wins.
How?
Russia meddling in the election.
You think that actually happened?
Yeah.
Well, talk to me. Do you know anything about it?
Not too much because it's all the fake news that Trump goes on about. You know, you can't believe anything. But dude, Trump put out a tweet the other day that said this had nothing to do with Russia getting me elected.
What?
He literally, let me try to pull it up verbatim what he put out or what he tweeted. It was
Dude,
insane.
I do not understand why you gotta tweet that much if you're in office, bro. It's like, why?
Yo, you gotta move your mic down more.
I just don't get it.
All right, I'll get that in a second. Hold on. What am I
Bro's just
doing?
been falling through on all
What
the
am I doing? What am I
pull-ups.
looking up?
Twitter, his tweet.
Oh yeah.
We can't just have silence on here.
I know. I got fucking up trying to find this tweet.
I feel like
Me and Jamie.
I know.
I bet we could get a little Casarda.
Oh, Casarda.
Okay, this is what he said. Okay, that's part of it. Can I see the whole tweet, please?
Come on, man.
Can we get a court stenographer in here?
Yeah,
Come
of
on.
course, stenographer.
Come on, we got a recall.
You've had 9 views.
Okay, so
No,
it's,
that was total.
he tweeted Russia, Russia, Russia. That's all you heard at the beginning of this witch hunt hoax. And now Russia has disappeared because I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected. It was a crime that didn't exist.
What? Why?
It sounds like he just had a typo.
I don't know. People are in an uproar.
About Russia? Meddling? Or not meddling?
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know,
been
man.
rumors since it started that Russia was involved with the U.S. election.
Why would they do that, though?
Almost hard for Trump not to
Because
win
he's buddy,
against Clinton.
Putin is buddy with Trump.
Yeah, I guess if I'm Putin, I would want it.
Didn't he almost build a Trump Tower in Moscow?
Yeah. I thought
And
that's
then
what
it
he
was
went
shut
there to.
down.
Yeah, I thought that's what like his sons went there to talk about.
And then meanwhile, his sons are saying, "Oh, we've never been to Russia," and they're like, "We got your plane tickets right here, boy."
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's lying about it, so something's going on, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't believe.
I do not follow politics.
It's like you can't though, because it's like
No.
there's such a like every news place has an agenda.
Dude, and like the news is like a fucking reality TV show now. Like if you watch it, dude, like it's like watching The Bachelorette.
Yeah, it's so
Like it's
true.
fucking wild.
How so?
So it's like every single time I'm hanging out with Billy and he throws on the news, it's like, oh, this just in, the latest, you know, whatever he just said, and then we're gonna talk to so and so next week, and then find out, you know, it's just like, so it's just like one thing after another. They're never actually talking about like what's going on. They're either talking about what happened or what's going to happen. They're never really talking about,
That's honestly true.
you know. It's kind of hard to know what's going on now, not what happened before and what's gonna happen because of it.
I don't know, man. If I'm the news, it's like, how do I make money? You know what I mean?
It's a
I'd like-
business.
Right. It's like media,
Play it like a show, you know.
right?
Get
You want to
people
attract
hooked onto it.
viewers. Makes you
Ron
money.
Burgundy. I would love to see like an actual Ron Burgundy just take over the newsstand and just treat it like a joke. Just treat the whole shit.
See, like
a
I
joke.
like the Colbert Report and the John like the Daily Show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can tell they just have opinions.
Right, but like the thing, like you can't just say like, oh, that's my source. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that just doesn't sound credible.
Right.
Are they credible? Do they actually have like?
I mean, Stephen Colbert does the late night show now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
man,
not,
he's pretty-
not an
he's-
idiot. You
He's
know what
pretty
I'm saying?
political.
Yeah,
He's pretty political.
I've never watched the late night show.
he's pretty funny. He's a funny dude.
Man, you should watch it. It's
Yeah.
good.
He's been around forever too. And doing those shows, I mean, we can't even come up with shit to talk about on a podcast. And like, these people are coming up with new material every fucking night. You know.
Well, I mean, we're just also just kind of winging it. We haven't really actually sat down.
Right, it's not our career. You know, we got other stuff to do.
Like next week, like I said, I'd like to just get like maybe 2-3 topics and actually research it and like figure out what we can actually talk about, like a good talking point.
Yeah.
At this very moment, I don't know exactly what it may be.
I feel like we need a theme. Something we talk about at least once every time, you know? I mean, we got the fruit, I guess, which is kind of cool. I do like the fruit idea, but
Connor, can I steal some wafers?
Ooh.
if there's any left, you're going to have to fight to the death. We polished off so much snacks. Holy shit, boys.
Really polished off.
Yeah, man.
I am sweating from this fruit. I got to get all the juices out of me.
2 wafers left.
Tragic. Tragic.
We eat a whole box of vanilla wafers. Did we really just do that?
Me and you both, man.
Holy
It wasn't just me.
shit, dude.
We have that on our conscience now.
Oh, thank God I caught it.
I mean, nobody wants to admit that they ate a whole box of vanilla wafers.
But together we will. Pinky promised and all.
Right.
After the first handful, not like
This
it's
would be a
already-
really good pie crust. Crush it up.
That's facts,
Add some
dude.
butter.
You know, it's 140 calories per 8 of those little things, and we probably had like 400 calories. Dude, I got those cookies I was telling you about.
Did you? Are they
called
amazing?
they're called Lotus cookies.
Go.
They are phenomenal. According to Derek, you can only get them at Walgreens, so that's where I went to Walgreens, and I walk in there, and the lady's like, "Can I be finding anything?" I'm like, "I'm looking for these cookies that you only get at Walgreens." She goes, "I know exactly what you're talking about." I'm like, "Where?" So she walks me over there. Dude, they kind of taste like graham crackers, but the more you chew it, the more you realize it doesn't taste like a graham cracker at all. It's
Did it
got
have
like
a gold aura illuminating off of it when you picked it up?
no, but I was hearing the that's how I knew I was getting closer.
An angel was about
Right.
to get its wings, was it?
Yeah, like I mean, they're like the packs aren't that big. It was 2 for $5. 2 packs for $5. I had to grab 2. I ate fucking half, dude. I bought that in like a small thing of chocolate milk, not like a little kid size. I'm talking like a little quart.
handle.
Yeah, I bought a handle of chocolate milk.
milk.
And when I tell you that I sat outside of Walgreens for 15 minutes just chilling, listening to Pink Floyd fucking annihilating those cookies and chocolate milk.
He's got
I
to
am
pull
telling
the
you the
sweat
truth.
around his ankles in a deep sense of satisfaction.
I was highly satisfied from that. I still got another pack I'm waiting to bust out for an occasion.
Need to bust out.
He's got him in a glass case with,
Yeah,
with
he's
a
behind his
hammer.
Bible.
Apparently
Right
they're
above his
Belgian.
mantle.
They're Belgian cookies.
Belgian cookies.
Yeah.
My favorite cookie, my friend, is a cinnamon chocolate chip oatmeal cookie.
That's a lot of shit in a cookie, Mark. I like oatmeal cookies. I don't really like cinnamon. And I like chocolate chip. Chocolate
lot of
chips don't
shit in a
belong in
cookie,
oatmeal cookies, by the way. We
I
took
don't
a
think-
Twitter poll.
I like a nice chocolate chip or a double chocolate chip, but they gotta be soft. Unless it's Chips Ahoy. Crunchy.
My grandma used to make cookies and then freeze them, and then we'd eat them frozen.
I've never
Is your
tried
grandma a
that.
witch?
She might have been.
Get the frozen bag of
That's where he gets
cookies
it
out of the
Right.
freezer.
If you misbehave, she flogs you with them.
from.
No, but she
Puts
used
them
to
in a
have.
sock.
She used to take off her shoe, yo, and she'd be like, "I'm gonna whack ya."
The whole 3 minutes that she's taking off your shoe.
Yeah.
Was it always her shoe?
Yeah, well, okay, it was her shoe until she couldn't bend down anymore, and then it was a fly. Jesus, mate. And then it was a fly swatter that was shaped like a shoe. And then she had quicker access to that, but she couldn't move her arms.
So she's sitting there. She has a spare shoe. Just
She searched on Amazon for hours for that thing.
Oh, this was pre-Amazon.
Oh,
time.
she
Let me hold
searched
that
for
button.
days.
Yeah. Tony, what are we gonna talk about, man? We gotta talk about something. Something real.
Something real.
What do you boys want to do for life? What do you boys want to do?
I want to be a rock star.
Really?
Yup. 100%.
Actually, take 5. I gotta piss.
I'm gonna have to stop it for you, Mark.
Well, you can't change the camera angle on the
Oh, I know the button, Pimpin.
I know the button.
Go control it then.
I don't fucking know the button.
F1 and F2.
I know the buttons now. What do you guys got going on tonight? What are you guys doing after this?
Chilling with the girl the rest of the night.
For the whole night? We can get some chess in later?
I would love to, Pimpin, but I'm sleeping over.
Oh, no. Tony, what are you doing tonight? Would you like to get some chess in?
I can, but I also have some plans later.
With a lady?
Indeed.
I have plans with a lady, too, but she goes to bed early.
Jesus, I want to play chess.
Well, we can get a game in before I leave. We can maybe do that. Yeah, we're probably going to shut the podcast off soon. And I got to go to dinner. Yeah, 55 minutes.
This wasn't that good.
No, the last one was better. I don't think we should post this one. We should definitely use, like, some of the clips, though. We should definitely, like, take, like, I don't know, we said some funny shit.
I think we gotta do it at night. I think that's probably kind of fun. I think you guys have.
We need to be higher and more tired. Because then we're going to talk.
About.
We really do need to.
Right now, we're awake and high.
Yeah. We do have to figure out some shit to talk about. I'm used to that. Get back in it.
That was right there.
Bag soon.
Yeah, I think we lost our momentum here. Yeah, on this one. This wasn't our best. This was a good one, though. Nah, 'cause last one wasn't that bad. Last one we talked for like a good fucking 55 minutes of just non-stopness.
Do you usually stop around 55?
No, we try to go for 2 hours.
Oh.
But usually, we come over, we chill, get a game of chess in, you guys watch UFC, do the whole shebang.
I mean, we could probably get this back on the road.
Get her back on track.
talk about something that's affected us, something that might have affected the nation. What's the single greatest thing that has affected each and every one of us, or what's the single greatest thing that has affected?
Right now, what's affecting me is this fucking sun. Way too hot.
Beat the shit out of it.
I'm gonna go fight the sun. I would love to play you in chess, Tony.
I don't want to play Connor though, because I feel like me easier.
Connor knows his shit though. He's learning.
I don't know
I'm
my
teaching
shit,
him.
which means that I do know my shit.
Yeah, but you might just have a natural,
I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
a natural ability for understanding the game.
Alright, you get back in this?
We still going?
That's what I thought, but
Yeah, no, let's keep going. Just got a few.
maybe at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We only got 30 minutes left. I gotta figure out how to cut all this shit out.
Right.
That's gonna take a while.
Nah, just a quick copy cut.
Yeah. I'll just put like a 5-second long little picture of a squirrel like sitting on an acorn and be like, oh, we did some stuff.
You could just like clip all the like the questions and conversation, like thread it along. Just cut out this stuff right here.
Honestly, I'm not Jamie.
Yeah.
Until I'm either getting some fellatio from this or some money from this.
Or sponsors.
Yeah, I hope that would fall under the category.
Reebok.
I don't know. I'll
Please
take vape
sponsor me.
juice as or fruit.
This thing's touching your mic. And then I think your mic's probably gonna fall off soon.
I've eaten so much fruit, my mouth is like numb.
Look at my
Makes you
hair,
want more.
guys.
I think it's from the pineapple.
Same,
That
dude.
was beautiful, dude. I fucking love a good pineapple.
Oh man. Alright, boys. What's our favorite song right now?
Favorite song right now.
Smoke Signals by Mac Miller. Shout out to him. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Pour one out for MAC. I'm not gonna pour you.
I never really have a favorite song. I kind of just have like a group of songs that
Pigs.
That's it?
That's my favorite song right
That's
now.
quickly
I
climbing.
like. By
Yeah, it's a good
yeah.
song. Pink Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Called Pigs. Parentheses. 3 different ones.
Man, I'd say my favorite is probably Wish You Were Here.
By who?
Pink Floyd.
I don't listen to Pink Floyd that much.
Dude,
You got it.
Pink-
Yeah, honestly, you
Mark's
have to.
trying to reel me
You
in.
have to.
By the end of this summer, mark my words, we will be rocking out to Pink Floyd. Don't you worry. Any old heads that ever end up watching this, I know
Hell
you
yeah.
boys love us.
Hell yeah. Pink Floyd is amazing. So revolutionary. Talk about
Revolutionary.
revolutionary.
What'd your dad say about Pink Floyd?
Literally that. He was like, talk about revolutionary. But it was like, I don't know. He's like, they were really, really, really weird when they first came out. No one listened to them because they were so fucking weird. Like Oompa Goomba and all
Yeah,
that
Oompa Goomba's a-
crazy shit.
One of their like craziest songs is called "Careful with That Axe, Eugene," and it's like
Nuts.
this 11-minute song of like just these crazy instruments, and then like just this chick screaming for her fucking life. Like
nuts.
it's not even like a melodic like "Great Gig in the Sky." Like it's nothing. Like it's like a chick is being murdered, and there's nothing that we can do about it.
It's fucking crazy. And the dude's going in on the guitar.
Yeah, but you can't really hear it because the chick's just fucking screaming.
Sounds unpleasant.
Oh,
Nuts,
it's
man.
crazy.
Wow. Yeah, man. He's like, yo, they were straight up revolutionary. No one was like using like samples and shit like they were back then.
Did they do it the same way like Kanye West did it, where he kind of like played the keys to it?
Probably not, but they definitely like went out and like found like a fucking like the recording of like then the dude's changing the radio before Wish You Were Here. It's like made to sound like he's like going through radio channels and like one like symphony little thing pops up like if you were listening to the classical channel, and then some like sitcom talk show popped up,
Right.
and they had to put that audio in there, and no one was fucking with that. Like them and the Beatles, and that was pretty much it. The Beatles weren't even doing that, so it's like.
Who do you think is the most revolutionary artist, like, who like really changed the game?
Probably.
It's hard
Huh?
to say one.
I mean,
There's so many different genres too. You
a
know.
lot of what we, pretty much everything we take for in Western music came from like the blues. / jazz. Everything came from like Southern blues type of like Ray Charles era. Because that like literally was like first it was blues, and then you had like Elvis get into like fucking rock and roll in quotation marks.
Funky.
And it was just like, it was kind of for show. And then the Beatles came along and made that shit like popular young kid music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then everything just kind of follows in suit.
I heard the Beatles concerts were fucking wild.
Probably, dude. Do you imagine? That was like a straight up brand new genre.
Good.
Like,
I wonder if we have any like festivals that almost rival Woodstock, something of like that caliber.
Coachella, maybe
Yeah, but even
Glastonbury.
is that a 3-day
Yeah.
festival?
Glastonbury.
What's the fire one? The Burning Man?
Oh, yeah.
There's a few of them.
I want to go to Burning Man.
Yeah, I'd say Coachella's probably like at least the most popular. I don't know how
Is
many
that in
people
Cali?
attend.
Is that in California? Yeah.
Oh, what about Fire Island?
Huh?
What about Fire Island?
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
You know that story, Tony? You're looking confused.
It's
about
a
the
Netflix
guy.
documentary, man. It's
confused.
fucking
This
crazy.
guy, he tried to make this whole big party when there were gonna be like tons of famous like
Oh, you're talking
Artist.
Firefly.
fire. No, Rai goes to Firefly.
No, Fire. It was like FYRE. Like one of the Kardashians fucking sponsored
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
this shit.
But I mean,
Yeah,
like the
that's-
dude, it's not Fire. Like Rai goes to that. That's a real thing.
Weird. I don't know, man, but
FYRE something.
yeah. So that's, I don't know. Blues kind of like started all that shit, but each genre has,
Fire
like,
Festival.
changed the game.
Yeah, Ja Rule was back in it too.
Yeah.
Ja Rule was doing it the whole time. Basically, the dude said like there was gonna be all this shit there,
Yeah, it
like
wasn't.
luxury apartments and shit like that, place to stay, and it's just fucking tense. Like,
Did you
it
see?
looks like a hurricane game.
Did you see what 50 Cent like clowning Ja Rule? I don't know how long ago it was, but he bought like all of the tickets to a Ja Rule concert, like the first like however
What?
many rows, so just
2,000.
no one would be in there.
Or 200 seats.
Yeah, he bought 200 seats worth of tickets, so no one would be in the front rows of his concert.
Oh my
It was-
god.
It was $15 a ticket.
Yeah.
Spent $3,000 to fuck up his whole concert.
Wow.
What a guy.
Imagine having that kind of money to really just fuck with someone.
50 Cent's Instagram is hilarious.
If I ever had $1 billion, a couple people are gonna rue the day they ever fucked with Mark. They will never own nice property. I will buy up the land next to theirs. I will demo it all, and I will build new structures of myself, 20 feet tall, out of sheer marble. So
And
you
you're just
know
gonna keep doing that?
wherever they go. Wherever they go.
That might get
The two-
expensive.
The two surround. I don't give a fuck. If I got $1 billion, I'll sink 900 million into it. I got some play money. I'll live in a shack. I don't give a fuck. Just call me spiteful.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I wouldn't tend to those lots
We kind of try
either.
to bring up something serious, we just fall back into patter.
Right.
It's so funny.
Patter's amazing. I love some good old fashioned patter.
It's where we get the funniest bits, you know.
Yeah.
I remember. Never mind.
That's a story
Memories
too
of
sensitive for our podcast viewers.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry about that, Mark. You know.
You shoot to kill, sometimes you just
Shit
miss.
to kill.
Yeah, we'll try to come up with some other lore for the podcast. You know.
Or
See what we can make canon.
we can make canon.
Oh man.
If you could live in any other country, what country would you live in?
London.
That's a city. So England.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
means England. Joe means England, viewers.
Specifically London.
Joe means England. Anybody else?
A country I'd have to live in?
Yep. Don't say Los Angeles.
Don't say
Maybe like
Don't say capital either.
maybe like Italy or Spain or somewhere maybe
Not Rome?
like that speaks more English. Ancient Rome.
What?
Mesopotamia.
So Rome. So Italy.
He said so.
I just did it again, Joe. You fucker. What?
Um.
I have to do like fucking
I'm going to Texas. I know what you're thinking.
It's its
a
own
country.
It's a country.
Honestly,
God bless Texas.
I might do Australia.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'd like
I
to
would
see a
consider
row.
Australia.
I'd go to Iceland.
Iceland's
fucking
nice.
sick.
I had to do a project on them.
The only thing.
They're cold though.
No, that's warm.
Oh wait, yeah.
Iceland's warm. Greenland's
They
cold.
can be cold.
I think they're
bro.
both fucking cold.
They're both moderately cold, but
Yeah.
Iceland's.
It's warmer than Greenland at least.
I do-
Doesn't no one live in Greenland at all?
Yeah, it's fucked.
You know, Greenland on like every map isn't right. Greenland is like actually like almost bigger than Africa, or it is bigger than Africa. But
What?
yeah, but it doesn't look like that on any map, cause like you can't perfectly like make a 3D thing 2D. Like no map is right. Like some follow some like cartography methods and some follow others, but like no map is really right at
Tony,
all.
what the fuck are you talking about? You
How do
telling
you
me
know
that
that?
Greenland is fucking bigger than Africa?
Africa's the biggest continent there is.
It's
isn't it?
like at least 3/4 the size of Africa. I swear
Whoa.
to
Someone
God.
background this.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay. That's
Tony?
how do you know that, man?
I just saw it before.
How big is Greenland in relation to Africa?
I don't know if Siri's gonna know that off the
According to
fly.
Business
Yeah.
Insider, on the Mercator map shown below, Greenland appears almost the same size as Africa.
Oh,
Boom.
you were backwards. So Greenland appears almost the same size as Africa. In reality, Greenland only covers about 1/14 of Africa. You had it backwards,
Oh
Tony.
shit! All right, well, at least we figured it out.
Got fact check, son.
Wait.
Can we get a sound? We go, woo, 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 woo.
Wait. Why do they make it that big on maps then? Can't they just shrink it if it's that much smaller?
No, they can't, Tony. Clearly they can, otherwise they would. They're the map makers.
We can put a
Oh,
man in
yeah,
space,
on
but
a
we
map?
Can't do this.
It is like the same exact size as Africa.
What?
1/14. That's like fucking nothing.
Look at this shit.
Let's see. Show the camera, bro.
Oh.
Put it on that. So.
Greenland,
Oh, I'll take that.
Okay, Greenland.
Africa.
Oh shit.
Right.
Greenland, Africa. Greenland
Yeah,
is
but it can't be
14
that.
times smaller
Yeah.
than that.
Right.
Not
Wow.
14 times, but it's 1/14 that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you look up like 2 scale? You know what I mean? Like what if literally Greenland was on top of Africa? How it would
Yeah,
look?
probably. Google Images has everything, bro.
No.
No more fruit, boys.
Holy
Wow,
shit, we
did
fucked
it.
him up.
Good job.
I didn't think we had it in us, to be honest
Neither
with
did
you.
I, man.
That's a beautiful thing now.
I was sitting here looking
Ooh.
around at all that fruit, thinking, no way. But we did it. We prevailed.
We. Look what's on.
I want to get a SpongeBob tattoo on my ass. I want to get Mr. Krabs saying, SpongeBob me, boy. We should do that, dude.
We gotta get the fucking hood wrap, man.
Get a Pink
Oh,
Floyd
here we
tattoo.
go.
We have to get a lot of ass tattoos.
My ass gonna be covered, dog. Right cheek only. Which cheek's the gay cheek? What?
Boom.
That's fucking weird.
That's crazy.
Very weird.
Is that some like conspiracy theory? Like the map makers trying to make Africa look smaller, or are they trying to make Greenland look a lot bigger? What's going on here? We
Africa
hiding
looks
something
smaller.
I think
somewhere?
This is
Greenland-
depression at its finest.
Africa looks smaller,
Minimizing
man.
everything.
They want to make Africa look smaller.
But we're making everything else look smaller because look, Greenland looks the size of fucking the U.S.
Way bigger.
But
Yeah,
hey,
but we've only ever known Africa to be the biggest continent. You know what I mean? So if it's
well,
just Greenland,
otherwise, Pangea.
who gives a fuck about Greenland? You know what I mean? Like that's what Americans think.
Fuck it.
You know,
Fuck Greenland.
dude. Like I
Can't
took
even grow lemons there. I don't even want to hear
I
about
took this
it.
class that was like the history of Africa, and that shit got like ruined by white Europeans.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the whole thing.
Dude, like,
completely.
if Africa, like, if all the countries like joined together and like put their resources together, they'd be like the most powerful superpower on the planet.
Dude, because literally, like, what happened was like basically, like they were starting to be, because they had all the resources
Right,
and
they
they had
had the
so
coal,
much
the diamonds,
manpower.
everything.
But they only have natural resources, and they don't have anything developed yet. And
Well-
China is doing to Africa what we're doing to China. Like, that's what they're starting to do.
Well, with the economy.
That's now though,
Yeah,
but like back then.
Giving them jobs, and, like, basically they're owning them.
So they're out. So China's outsourcing.
They're just,
to
like,
Africa?
economically dominating them.
Like, we
But,
outsource
like,
that.
I don't know.
It's
for
crazy though.
some things in Africa.
Because like back then though, like if you look at like before slavery really kind of happened or whatever, like Africa was like developing at the same rate as like the rest of society, like what Europe and this and that. Yeah, man. Yeah, and then like, huh?
Where? In which provinces?
Well, I mean, this is like going back to like fucking.
Well, I wouldn't say that's true, because
Steam engines and shit.
no, like at least England, which like I guess that's a bit exaggerated, because like they were like them in Spain and France were like the most powerful places at the time, but like they had boats and armor. And they
England
already
went
had
after
guns.
India.
And
Yeah,
Africa didn't have those at the time.
Yeah, but did they do that with slavery?
Do
No.
what with slavery?
No, they went over there and first.
Yeah.
They went over to Africa.
Well, we
Before
didn't
they
go
went to America.
into Africa. Like, it didn't, like, white people never, like, went into, like, the heart of Africa and just, like, took slaves. Like, most Africans were taken by other Africans working with white Europeans. They would gather them up.
Really?
Yeah, and they would bring them to the coasts where
Oh,
the
so that's, kind of
Europeans
like
would
the,
get
that's
them.
how like the triangle is going, right?
Yeah.
That's how that
Like
works.
Africa
That
had
makes
all
sense.
the
No, I see what you
labor.
mean.
Yeah, white people.
We
would-
lost our viewer.
Did we?
We had one for a couple minutes.
White people literally went in and would like give other tribes like resources for them to go out and catch other African Americans.
Yeah, they would just like incentivize different tribes, which they would take because like they were relatively poor, and like every tribe at the time needed stuff. Like even if they were well off, you would take a bribe.
You're gonna
Like, most
anybody can use a
people.
sword.
Everybody can use a sword when they're using.
What a
sticks
malicious
and
fucking
spears.
system, man. Isn't that crazy? Just fucking
It
a
still
whole
happens.
continent up.
But we also, the Europeans went down prior to going to the Americas, I do believe. And we literally started stripping them of their natural resources early on. And
Columbus almost started it. Christopher Columbus is a bad man.
Brought syphilis over.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Imagine if like no one ever came to America. It was just Native Americans.
that might, the crossing of, what's it?
The
Atlantic.
North Atlantic, something like that.
Atlantic Ocean.
Transatlantic.
Yeah, the transatlantic
trade.
bridge or whatever.
No, the traversing of that ocean might be the single greatest like thing to happen to the American. I mean, not to the American.
It's the world.
To the human population. Imagine if for another couple thousand years, the east side and the west side of the globe never interacted. Imagine if evolution actually started
Well,
taking place.
Someone would have done it if like.
I guess there's a
whoever
land
didn't-
bridge though too up by fucking Alaska.
Not at this time.
No.
Not at this time.
No.
So you're saying there'd still be people, there'd still be Native Americans in America, but
Well, I
They
don't
might
think
be
that's
different.
true, because someone else would have just done it.
that's what I'm saying.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if there was no need? America was discovered by accident.
Yeah, but back then it was uncharted territory, which was
They thought it was the
completely
edge of the-
usable.
They thought it was didn't
They thought it was
We
India
thought it was
at
India.
first, but they
That's why
didn't
we
even
call
land in
them
America.
Indians.
Didn't they land? They landed like in the Caribbean and worked their
Mhm.
way up.
Yeah.
Amerigo Vespucci was the one who
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amerigo Vespucci discovered North America.
That's why it's called
Yeah.
America, man.
North
Imagine being the
America.
dude that fucking you just come up on a new continent. Like imagine like what like a mass that big, like you just like what the you know what I mean?
Nobody's ever seen this thing.
That's
before.
what I'm
Well,
saying.
Other than the people that live there.
What is this? Now.
Is this India? No. You guys are Indians. No.
Nope.
I think they're Indians.
Connor, what are you doing, bud?
Yeah, India's been
come
fucked
on.
up by Europeans too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Brits fucked up India.
Yeah.
They conquered a lot, dude.
Yeah, dude.
They took a
Europeans,
lot.
Europeans
North
love to
South.
conquer.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Mark. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
I don't know what you did.
Oh, I did either. That's crazy though.
Could you imagine if every country actually like had to fend for itself? What country would be the superpower now?
Us.
Would it still?
I think America
Yeah.
would still be. I mean,
Our-
we have the.
Even if we
Our
never did the
military
slaves.
budget is like 3 times higher than the second best in the world, and it's like just insane.
Just
how
like the
much
fact
shit
that we just
have.
spend more money than fucking like everybody else.
Like our technology and like our just military budget is just insane. Like there are other countries with like more manpower, like China, but like they don't have our shit.
I was reading this Reddit post about like American soldiers. Like somebody was like you know, like what are American soldiers actually like? Like, you know, you always hear stories about him. Like this guy was like a Frenchman or whatever, and he was like another French guy like responded. He was like, we were out in Iraq with the Americans, and like even like their dumbest like soldier is like the average fucking
French soldier.
Well, French have never fared well in combat.
But he was trying to say like Americans are just like we like unlike most countries, we don't just throw anybody out into the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, America, like that's it. Like they have that budget to train you for however long
Right.
they want to get
Right.
you as good as they see capable. And like
Invest
other
a
countries just
couple
don't really
100,000,
do
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
They also have a lot more jobs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who just clean the ship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know what I'm
People.
saying?
There's a lot of dental assistants in the military.
Dental assistants. It's true.
if the military doesn't like the cut of your jib, they'll still find ways
Right,
to
well,
push you.
I think there's more medics than soldiers. I do.
I don't
There's a
know. It's
lot more
crazy,
drummer boys than gunmen.
bro. I couldn't
Bobby.
imagine being in war. I mean, nuts.
Yeah.
Imagine if we got like invaded right now.
We'd be fucked.
Now, honestly, I'd just sit in my house and just hope to God they don't knock on my door.
Yeah.
So what side are you on? What side are you on?
I'm with you, boss. Take me to your leader.
Do with me what you will, but don't kill me.
Yeah, like what if like North Koreans just started parachuting in from the sky right now? What would we do?
I mean, think about how many
Oh.
guns just civilians have, though. You know, like
A lot, I
we
guess.
have a lot of fucking guns. How many
Would
people
Fred
on this
go out
block
there
think have
with
grenades?
his fucking gun?
Nah, but I bet
Like
Ryan
duck
would.
hunting, Tony. Yeah, right.
Like duck hunt. Dude, we'd all probably go home.
Right.
We probably all have to go home. Like,
I have to leave.
back to
North
our house.
Koreans are invading.
My mom said she left me back by 5.
Pick me up from Mark's.
Joe, can you give me a ride?
The North Koreans popped my tire again. They're harassing me.
Tell them to leave you
They
alone.
come over here to just bully people and then fly back.
Minor inconveniences.
Just pushes
Like,
some kids down.
they pour out all your milk. They exchange your batteries and your remote for shitty ones. Just really inconvenient stuff.
They break.
Cut the bottom parts of your plates out.
Yeah. Get your slinky all fucking tied up.
That's
Fucking
just the worst.
brick some people's cars.
Damn.
Oh man, one of my favorite things. Steve used to say it. He would say that we should break into people's homes and poke holes in all their cups.
Yeah.
That kid, that man dropped off the face of the planet so goddamn quick.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Connor, you are just a mess, dude.
No, man, I'm sorry.
I liked you better there. There was less stuff for you to.
Yeah, I
knock
liked
over
it better
and
there
fuck
too,
with.
man. I liked it better there. We should switch at some point.
We got 10 more minutes before I'm pulling the plug on this, if y'all don't mind. And maybe go say hi to all of our friend Lady and shoot some hoops. I'm not gonna mow my front lawn.
Let's have moan.
Let's have moan.
Tony or fucking. Let me play somebody in chess before I gotta go.
Okay,
Play me,
outside.
play me,
You gotta
play
go.
me, play
Hmm?
me, play
Where you
me.
gotta go?
I go get some dinner with Rachel.
Ooh.
She's at the house. I snuck out to do the podcast. She was taking a nap, and I saw an opportune time.
Typically where you come up with the mount.
The mount.
Sacrifice the mountain for the cast.
I call it the mount.
haven't seen the man's prowess.
Yeah, he turns around, claws them or some shit like that.
He's got a tail and stuff.
I'm fucking sweating, boys.
Let's stand on the side real quick. Grab some
You look
ice.
like you do. Take 5.
Yeah, John, right there behind you, mate.
Call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sorry, we sucked.